right, welcome back, everyone, for another episode of the Wednesday Watch List. Sorry this is coming to you a day late, but as I mentioned on social media and on some of the other shows, I hadn't been feeling great this past weekend, so I needed an extra day just to kind of rest and relax. And I'm still not 100% today as I'm doing this, but the show must go on as this is my list for December 18th, 2024. That all said, I'm sure you guys can wait the extra day because I don't know if, like me, many of you got your books late this week because of Diamond's delays. And one of my LCSs didn't get their books till just this past Friday for last week. So God knows when I'm going to get my books this week. But we can hope, we can pray that these things will kind of get on time at some point. But I'm not holding my breath through the holidays, but we'll see what happens. Now, with that all said, hopefully you guys are enjoying this series as well as everything else here on the channel. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, you hit the alert button so you don't miss anything. Keep telling your friends so we can keep growing the channel. And if you're interested in things beyond comic books, go check out my other channel, Toy Informer. I try to drop things at least once a week. I know it's been rough again through the holidays, but I do still plan on getting another show out there, hopefully this week, where I'm going to cover some more sneakers, some video game themed sneakers, if I can get that done hopefully by this weekend. Again, it's things that cover sneakers, video games, toys, non-sports cards, anything that's not a comic book that is collectible, I try to cover over on that channel. So give it a look-see if you are interested. Now, with that all said, if you just want to see this week's books, don't worry. I'll get to them right after this short break, all right? Alrighty then, let's get this thing started with my personal picks. As I do every week, these are the things that I am personally looking forward to most this Wednesday when I get to my shop. Starting off with the third issue of Absolute Batman. Now, I've made no excuses for this series. I've given you my clear, straight opinion. I enjoyed issue 1, didn't like the bat axe on his chest plate. Issue 2, I didn't like as much because I thought the Batmobile is dumb. It's some huge construction vehicle. I don't know how he can escape anybody, how they can't catch this man if he's driving that thing. Like, where can he take it where the cop car can't follow? Like, how is he going to get away? How can he hide that thing? I don't get it. But that all said, I'm still on board to check out issue 3. Maybe they explain some of these questionable items for me. I don't know, but I'm still curious to check out what Batman and his loser friends. That's a reference to the It Gang, by the way. Considering apparently all of Batman's villains were his childhood friends too. Don't know if I love that idea yet either, but we'll see how this thing goes. Gonna check out issue 3. We got one cover here, the cover A. I really like the Delato there in the middle. I got another option there for an open order. And then we do have 2 incentives with a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50. Now, I'm going to give it a read. Hopefully it bounces back because, like I said, I didn't love issue 2. But we'll see. We'll see. Apart from that, DC is also giving us a brand new Gods. And this is going to be written by Ram V. I'm looking forward to this. I'm kind of curious to see this take and see how this, new version of the New Gods, I guess plays out. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. Cover A here. I really like this cover here in the middle as well. It's got kind of like a mech quality to it. Kind of dig it. Another open order option for you as well. There's also an acetate cover, which I assume will have like some sort of clear cover that will change the image in some way from what's underneath. There is a 1 in 25 and there is also a foil. So get the one that you like. As far as the 1 in 25 goes, nothing doing as far as pre-sales. It's like 10, 15 bucks in a lot of places, so you can get it at a price if you want it. Also this week, we are getting the second issue of G.I. Joe. At first, I was a little upset with G.I. Joe #1 because I felt there was like so much recap in it, and because I had personally read all of the miniseries, The Duke, The Cobra Commander, etc. Now, understanding this is maybe for people who didn't read all those series, it wasn't as didn't need to be as harsh as I was in issue 1, but I'm still looking forward to issue 2 to see where we're going with this because I do like the idea. I do like the updated nature of the storyline. I want to see if who was killed off in the first issue is actually killed off, and if they're going to do that or not, or if we're just doing like the cartoon where the laser beams don't actually kill and parachutes everybody's fine. We'll see. I don't think that's the case, and I think the character is probably gone, but who knows? We'll have to check out issue 2 to be sure. With that said, we've got a cover A. There is also a cover B option by David Finch if you want that one. Few incentives per the usual routine. We got a 1 in 10 by David Nakayama. That's a connecting cover. We got the G.I. Joe backboard kind of thing with the 1 in 25. And there's also a pretty cool 1 in 50. On top of that, oh, actually, before we get further, I mentioned the 1 in 10s are connectings. So far, we only got 2. But here are the 2 so far. We had Baroness last issue, and now we have, I think this is supposed to be CoverGirl. So there you go. So 2 so far. We'll see how this one builds out. But there is a 1 in 100 that I really do dig. I like this. It's a Derek Chew. It's just a cool look, just a cool image. It's, I don't know, just pretty cool. That's all. So the 1 in 100 is nice. Again, nothing really expensive. You can find it for under ratio if you want it. But there is also a 1 in 250 on this bad boy, and it's featuring the new character. What was his name again? It was like can't think of it. I'm already blanking. He was mildly interesting in issue 1. We'll see how they build out on this guy in issue 2. But yeah, he's on the 1 in 250. I looked. There are some listings that are above ratio, but not many. I think there's like 1 or 2, and who knows what this thing is going to do. Sometimes ratios get so high, it's out of the price range of many of us. I mean, I could buy it if I wanted to, but I'm not in the habit of spending $250 on a brand new comic for no reason other than the fact that it's hard to find. Like, I get it, but why do I need it? I'd rather just have my $250. You know how many comics I could buy with $250? So I don't know. With that said, it's out there for those who are interested. On top of that, we're also getting Daredevil this week. Daredevil 16. I am a Daredevil fan, so I'm getting this regardless. This is basically in my Just Gotta Do It section, realistically, as I haven't been keeping up on reading Daredevil, but I am intrigued by the fact that we are getting a classified spoiler cover. So, cover A with the John Romita Jr. with the beat-up face, even though most of the faces that he draws look beat up these days. But he excels at it, so cool. He works for Daredevil. But we do have that classified cover. And if you want to see it, I will declassify it for you now because it looks like Bullseye is going to get maimed. Okay, well, I guess we'll see how this goes. But there is our cover for Daredevil 16. And there is a 1 in 25 option here as well. I don't know what the deal is with the aged up Bullseye face as well. Like, is he losing more than just a star? I don't know. But there's a 1 in 25 out there if you're interested. And lastly, on the opening section here, I'm going with Sonic the Hedgehog number 75. It's an anniversary issue of Sonic. You know how these things go. They always bring people back around, and those incentives start to go as interest comes back to a series like this. Plus, the movie's coming out in a week, so we got that going for us too. I'm looking forward to Sonic 3. I don't know about you. I enjoyed the first 2. Me and my son liked them both. Looking forward to the next one. That said, this is the cover A. There are a couple other options for open order here as well on issue 75, and there are even some incentives if you want those as well. 1 in 10s, 1 in 25s, and a 1 in 50. Now, the 1 in 50 already is seeing a little bit of interest as we had a few pre-sales earlier in December and going back as early as October and September with pre-sales as high as 150. I mean, that's a little bit crazy for September pre-order, but it is what it is. October, right around ratio at 53, and then just a couple of days ago, $82. Now, what does that all mean? Well, we don't know yet. That's why it's on the watch list. But there are copies listed right now, but they are seeking $100 to $150, $160. So what's on the market today are pretty expensive, which is probably why they're not moving. So we'll see come Wednesday when more copies hit people's hands, where that price actually falls. I'm imagining it is more going to be in that $70 to $80 kind of range by the time, Wednesday to Friday kind of hits. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, with that all said, for those of you out there who haven't tried Whatnot yet, now's your chance. Use my link below. Get yourselves a free $15 spend on your first order just for signing up and give it a shot. Spend it with whomever you want on whatever you want. No strings attached. You help out the channel. You get yourself something for $15, or at least put $15 towards something that you want. You really got nothing to lose by giving it a try. Now, with that said, let's move it on to my reading list because I don't want to spend too much time on the show today because if you can't tell, my voice isn't 100% and I'm kind of losing it the more that I use it. So I'm going to try to be more selective with my words going forward. Reading list. What am I looking forward to reading? Well, I read and enjoyed the first issue of Arcbound, Tom Hardy's book. I'm going to read the next one. Just saying, I'm on board still for now. So I don't know. You tell me what you guys think of this one. But out of Dark Horse, I kind of like the first issue, so we'll see where this one's going. This is the cover A. Dan Panosian cover in the middle is really cool, and then there's also a C cover available as well. Back to Batman, not absolute Batman, but Batman and Robin Year One. I kind of like it. I like these kind of throwback tales every once in a while, especially when they're done really well. And here, we got a good creative team telling me a story that I'm interested in. I mean, Mark Waid and Chris Samney, can't complain with that creative team. So I'm on board for more. This is issue 3. Let's see where we're going with this storyline. Cover A, we got a couple other B's and C covers here. Pretty cool. Grab the one that you like. The all red's kind of fun. Gives you kind of a Batman 66 kind of vibe. But I mean, I'll probably just stick with the A and be done with it. There is also a 1 in 25 incentive if you are interested in getting that. But again, if I'm not showing you prices, it's not doing too much yet on the pre-sale market. So you can generally find those for under ratio if you're looking. Up next, Psylocke number 2. I like Psylocke number 1. I like the idea of when they kind of set up some of these solo series to just be, well, this is what they get up to on those days off from the team. Because it's kind of hard to reconcile. Well, you're working with a team and then you're doing these solo adventures. How does it fit? It doesn't always work perfectly. I mean, we've seen this with Wolverine over how many decades now. It doesn't all make sense, but it doesn't have to make sense. They're comics, after all. Suspend disbelief and just enjoy the tales that they're telling you and make it work however it works in your head as far as logic dictates. That said, I'm enjoying the Psylocke series so far. Looking forward to more with issue 2. There is a pretty cool Ji-Hung Lee cover there in the middle. And there's also one of those Marvel readers where they seem to be reading other Marvel comics on the cover. I don't know what they're calling them, but I kind of like them. They're kind of fun. I mean, here she's reading an issue of Spider-Boy. Okay, cross promotion, I guess. Yeah, cool. Incentives available as well, including a version of that one in the center is the 1 in 100, and there is a 1 in 25 available as well. Now, the 1 in 100 seen an early pre-sale of $170. Big number, but only one. Asking prices, well, I found a couple available looking for 115 to 180. We'll see. Will this be near ratio? Will it be pretty high? My guess, we'll probably see a price around like a 120 to 130, averaged out by the time we get to the end of the week. But who knows? Could be under, could be over. We'll see. We'll see. With that said, I still got another one for you that I'm looking forward to reading. This is Ultimate Spider-Man 12. This is my favorite of the Ultimate Universe series. Still enjoying this one. So we got Christmas coming. So, Kingpin, etc. So issue 12, cover A. Another awesome Ji-Hung Lee cover there in the middle. Right? Isn't it Ji-Hung Lee or is it In-Hyuk Lee? I might have just misspoke and I'm just getting confused. Anyway, I like the MJ cover there in the middle. That is the trade dress version. If you want a virgin version, well, it is the 1 in 100, and it will cost you a bit more, and there's a 1 in 25 available as well. For the 1 in 100, well, we'll see here with some early pre-sales looking for, no, it is Ji-Hung Lee. I was right. One selling for under ratio back in October at $88, and then in November, $126. So none had sold recently, but the asking prices right now are like $130 to $150. We'll see if the market decides to meet that price or if it comes down a bit before the week is over. But with that said, we're going to move on to the Just Gotta Do It section in a minute. But before we do, take a look at my link below and use my code below, RENA10, to save yourself 10% off over at BCW, because there are things you just got to do. You just got to buy. You got to buy bags and boards. You got to buy short boxes and long boxes. You got to buy things to keep your collectibles safe, whether it be top loaders, pages for your cards, or the bags and boards, etc., that I listed already. It stinks. Nobody likes to have to spend more money just to keep their collection safe, but you got to do it. So if you're going to do it, might as well save money while you do it. Get 10% off, use my code, and at least save a little bit of money while you're doing it, right? So no harm, no foul there. Use it if you like. If not, well, pay full price if you like. I just say save some money when you can. With that said, let's get to the Just Gotta Do It section. And here are some books and series that I personally feel the need to continue, whether it be to continue my runs, just to finish out the storylines I already started to read, or one reason or another. I'll explain it as we go. But not quite my buzz books, the books I'm most looking forward to, not on the regular reading list. These are just other things that I'm most likely to just getting because I feel the need that I have to. Starting off first with The Question, All Along the Watchtower. I didn't love issue 1, but I also didn't hate it. So I'm kind of curious enough to continue this series. So I just got to see more. So I have it here, if that makes sense to you. So kind of curious how we're going to deal with this floating town of superheroes where the question is kind of like the sheriff. Intriguing setup. Let's see how it goes. So I'm going to check this out. Here's the cover A. There are a couple other options here with B's, C's, and foils if you want. No incentive to worry about here. Grab the one that you like. I like the Perillo in the middle, so I'll probably grab that one when I'm picking up books. Up next, Rockefellers. Why is this here? Well, I'm a big fan of Ghost Machine. I like most of the books. Actually, I pretty much liked all the books they've released so far, except even now, I still have yet to get to issue 1. So I haven't read issue 1 still, and we're already on top of issue 2. I already have this pre-ordered. It's already getting delivered to me by DCBS, once they send me my next order. But I just haven't gotten to it yet. It's just one of those things. I can only read so many books in every week, and I didn't prioritize this one near the top, so I missed out on it the week that it came out. But I still do have to play catch up, and I do plan on checking this out. Even though I know Marco had said it's not that good, I still want to give this a look-see. That's why it's here in the Just Gotta Do It section, because, well, I already ordered it, and 2, I do got to see where this thing is before I can pass judgment on it. So, with that said, 2 issues in. Here's cover A. Couple other options here as well. Boom, boom. And that's it. No incentive to worry about. Also in the Just Gotta Do It section here, I need to finish up this Conquest 2099. I did not enjoy Conquest as much as Annihilation 2099, but just kind of have to see it through at this point. So the final issue is upon us. Let's just wrap this thing up. There's the cover A. Once again, I like the pulpy cover throwback in the middle as my favorite, and then we do have the 2099 throwback as well if you like that one better. But here you go, 3 cover options, all open order, all cover price. Pick the one that you like and move on, which is what we're going to do. 2, Deadpool number 9. So his daughter Ellie filling his shoes in his Deadpool. It's only been 2 issues, and am I the only one who's already bored by this idea? I don't know. I feel like I still got to read a little bit more, but I'm just not loving this. I don't know. It's just not for me. That's also possible. Just might not be for me. But for now, I got to at least read at least one more. So even though it's a major turning point, it says don't miss it. We'll see. We'll see if this brings me back on board, or if I can finally hop off. But there it is. Cover A. There's a couple other cover options here as well. I like the Jessica Fong one in the middle. I'm kind of tired of the Marvel Art Studio covers. They're just kind of boring to me. And then you got the one with her pet symbiote dog thing. I don't even know what the heck to call it. But there's a 1 in 50 of that Jessica Fong cover there in the middle if you are interested in that. It's done okay with some pre-sales already. We're looking at some early pre-sales hitting around $45 in those back in November, but recently, early in December, we got one up at $79. Asking prices are as cheap as $35 and as high as $120. So could be down here, could be up here, could be that $80 in the middle. I don't know yet. We'll see, which is why it's on the watch list. Not enough data to confirm a price on this thing, but yeah, let me know. Let me know if you see what happens to this thing on the market this week. With that said, let's keep it rolling and get to the new number 1s. There are not a ton of new number 1s, but there are some interesting ones. I will say that, even though I didn't put them in any of my earlier segments as far as reading and definite pulls. See if some of these could be questionable, like Challengers of the Unknown. I'm sure I really need a new Challenge of the Unknown series. It's never been one of my favorites, but again, I'm not as big a DC guy as I am with Marvel, so my DC history isn't as filled out. So I knew of the Challenge of the Unknown. I make fun of them because they all wear the same costumes and uniforms, but this is what it is. I mean, maybe I'll give it a look-see. You guys let me know if you're looking forward to this. It just seems like an odd choice today to bring out, but here we go. Cover A. A couple other cover options here as well. Some B's and C's, and we even got a D and a couple of foil options here. So a lot of covers for Challengers of the Unknown, and a lot of fuchsia, purple, pink get-ups. Okay, and there's also a 1 in 25 here as well. So I guess is the Trinity joining the Challengers in the Unknown? I don't know. I guess that's what they need to gain interest in this series, because, like I said, I haven't been hearing a lot of people banging down DC's door to say, bring back Challengers of the Unknown. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Tell me if you're a huge fan, and I don't know what I'm talking about down in the comments. Explain it to me. Explain it to me why I should be interested in this, and then maybe I'll give it a look. But with that said, we are getting a World's Finest special. And no, it is not Batman and Superman. It is our fantastic green duo here of Green Lantern and Green Arrow teaming up here again, as they did in the old days. So 48-page special here, $6. Here's our cover A. Got a couple other cover options available as well. And there is a 1 in 25 kind of playing card thing here that's kind of fun too. Yeah. Pick it up if you're interested. I'm kind of curious. It is, as far as I know, just a one-shot, so I might give it a look-see. We are also getting a new Gunslinger Spawn. Like, I don't know how many titles we need of these things. Like, how many spawns are there these days? Ongoing titles. And is this, I'm assuming this is just a one-shot Deadly, or maybe it's a new mini, but Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. I don't know if I really need this personally. But then again, I'm not reading it currently, so maybe I'm completely missing out. I'm crazy because I'm missing out on these awesome Western tales of Spawn. If that's true, again, tell me. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know unless somebody convinces me otherwise to give it a chance for myself. But here we go. Cover A. Couple other cover options here, including McFarlane there in the middle and a Bjorn Barons over on the side. And then you take the McFarlane, we'll make it black and white. That will also be our incentive 1 in 50, which I did not see any sales or asks yet, but this is Spawn. This is McFarlane. There are crazy collectors out there, diehards who will pay a lot extra if they can. So definitely going to watch to see what happens come the weekend if this actually gets released like this as an incentive. So like I said, didn't see any sold, didn't see any listed yet, so I don't know if maybe this thing's actually being held or what. We'll see what happens as the week goes on. Up next, out of Image, we are also getting Mother Effing Monsters. Okay, don't shy away from it. It's right there in the title. This is another one of those Horizon Experiment books where they're all forming this huge image. I'm not going to show you the huge image again, the Tula because I don't know. I just didn't feel like finding the old deck because they've been coming out like once a month, and I'm not sure if this is the last one, if we got another one still coming, but it's near the end if this isn't the last one. But there is a Tula Lote cover, and then there is a 1 in 25 that's a virgin version of it. And like I said, they connect for all these Horizon Experiment books, the Manchurian, what was it? There were a couple other books that came out the last few months out of Image, kind of build this thing out. Up next, Appleseed. Mission Appleseed. I guess we're going back to some anime business here. Scout, if you like Star Trek and enjoy Silo, which is a show I still got to check out, by the way. And I heard it's good. I want to give it a look. But Appleseed. Okay. We got 3 covers here, all pairs of faces, and none of the faces are the same. So there's 6 different people mixed in here. I don't know who any of these characters are. Not really all that curious either. Well, I like the setup. Do you like Star Trek and Apple and Silo? I don't know, maybe, but I don't think I have time for this book. That said, if you guys read it out there and you read it and it's good, please let me know if I should go pick it up, because I could take somebody else's opinion, because I don't think I got time to give this one a try personally. Just like I probably won't give a try to Nexus. I know, Eisner Award winning series way back in the day. Mike Barron. I get it. I remember seeing these Nexus books all over the place when I was collecting the 90s. It just wasn't my thing. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't read it. So I don't know how good it was, if it was great, or if this new one's going to be good. So if it is good, please tell me to give it a look. But Mike Barron and Steve Rude's Nexus is back. Just because they bring things back doesn't mean it's always going to be good. I mean, I had hopes for Thundercats. I had hopes for Darkwing Duck. I had hopes for a lot of things that Dynamite had brought back for us. And I got tired of most of those things pretty quickly. So even though I have no prior history with Nexus personally, if it's good, let me know. Like I said, I'm relying on you guys, relying on the community to kind of help all of us out know what's the good stuff and what's the stuff we can kind of set aside and wait for later maybe. With that said, a couple of covers here. We got A's, B's, C's. Always good to have options, but sometimes options cause a bit of a lock. So if you give me just one cover, maybe it would have been easier to pick. You start making other options, then it's like, well, which one do I get? Well, do I need any of them? And a lot of times those get left. With that said, let's move on to Marvel with Alligator Loki holiday special. This is another thing I am not going to buy. I don't care. It's just a personal thing. Yes, Alligator Loki was kind of fun to see on the Loki TV show. I don't think I need this, and I don't think I need to spend $7 on this 48-page holiday special, especially when it's reprinting, collecting, Infinity Comics, which I get it. It's their web comics, and they're collecting things. I didn't read it the first time when it was, they're out there, but I don't know. Just not for me. That's all. Just not for me. If you like it, I'm not judging. It's fine. You can enjoy it. It's just not for me. Cover A. There's a cover B here as well. So this looks like Frozen, almost Disneyfied, Disneyfied alligator Loki. So I don't know. All right, it's out there. I also don't think I'm checking out Time Variance Authority. I just don't have interest in this as a series. I just don't. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of overdoing it, even with the Marvel the MCU, with the movies and the TV shows. Like, oh, there's the TVA again. I got enough out of it in Loki, which was good. And then now it's just showing up everywhere else. It's just, I don't know, they're kind of watering it down a little bit. I don't think I need a comic personally out of this. But again, if you're interested, it'll be out there. We got a cover A, and you got your Ms. Minutes also being overexposed and overused, my opinion. Boom, there they go. More covers. You got to be covered. And then, hey, for whatever reason, if you really love those clock characters, will make you a 1 in 100 that you can spend a lot of money on for whatever reason you want to. And a 125 there as well. Now, the 1 in 100, as I said, if you want to spend it, you can. 120 to 150, some early pre-sales, asking prices 120, 150, as high as 190. I don't need this, but if you do, help yourself. They're out there. Also, how quickly has everybody just kind of forgotten about Helverine? Like, Helverine, man, how many times we had that Wolverine 36 book on the Hot 10 last year or this past year. Just Helverine. Then we got that miniseries, and then they handed off the moniker to Dakin, his son, whatever you want to call it, and how apparently little interest that has with most of the collectors out there, because I hadn't heard a peep of anybody asking for more Helverine. I could be wrong. I could be missing that silent fan base, minority fan base of Helverine fans out there, maybe, but I don't know. I got a feeling this one's not going to do that well. But we are getting it. Here's a new number 1, cover A. Pretty cool. Almost like, I don't know if it's like a guidebook, a tattoo style. It's just very simplistic. Ride or fry. I kind of like it. It's almost like the back of it's like a cut. It's like a biker jacket cut or something. I don't know. Looks kind of cool. I like that cover. And then we've got some other options here with a foil and some incentives here as well, up to a 1 in 100, which, 1 in 100 virgins with Marvel, they do what they do. So early pre-sales right at ratio, $100, asking prices 110, 130, 180. We'll see what happens come Wednesday, but won't hold my breath on this one personally. I've been wrong before. Nothing wrong with that. It's just not really, again, something I'm looking forward to. Just being honest. And with that said, here we go. Got to finish these out. We're almost done. We still got more next week, but we got to wrap up all this Christmas stuff. Figure they would wrap up before Christmas, but no, like I said, there's still more issues coming out next week. But here we go with DC's Winter Wonderland. These are like those Christmas card kind of like covers. We're getting Nightwing this week with Nightwing 121. We're getting Titans here with Titans 18. And finally, we're getting a Wonder Woman with the latest issue of Wonder Woman, issue 16, which actually has Detective Chimp in it, but we'll get more onto that later. But yeah, they're pretty fun. I like the Chrissy Zulo covers. I liked her Halloween ones a little bit better. But the Christmas ones are good too. And if you're into collecting those things, we're almost done. We got a couple more next week, and then that's it. Same for Marvel with their winter holiday covers here. So here we go. Well, this is not the official logo. That's my Marvel Winter Holiday logo. Here we go. Ultimate Spider-Man. We've got one here with him on a bunch of, Christmas decorations. We've got a Daredevil. Him swinging past a tree, putting the star up there, I guess. It's kind of goofy, but okay. And then we've got Immortal Thor here as well with a big holiday party in, Asgard, I guess, or just a pub, tavern, something. Cool. If you like them, pick them up. Capcom, the Fighting Collection. We've got another pair of covers coming out this week before we're done. We got a Captain America here on Captain America, and then we got Doctor Doom on the latest issue of Fantastic Four. Cool designs. Grab them if you want them. We only got a couple left. I believe I'll be dropping my last short on this one, covering this week's and next week's covers. So, yeah. Oh, did I miss the X-Men? No, sorry if I missed the X-Men. If I did, I'll sweet. No, because X-Men didn't come out this week. I don't know. Anyway, Stormbreakers. Stormbreakers. This kind of confused me. You know how I like to play the game of guess what the Stormbreakers monthly theme is? This one threw me off. I feel like this is an old one that they forgot. I feel like this goes back to last month with all the dead characters. Because remember when Johnny Storm died? That's what I feel this is calling back to. Because this doesn't match the Ms. Minutes covers we've been getting with the current month of Stormbreakers covers. So I feel like this one's late and belonged with last month's batch. Because Marvel is notorious for doing that and giving us covers too late that don't match the rest of the run. I mean, we also had Fantastic Four. Also, I think it had that the Dazzler, the Disco, still booked from last month too. But I don't need to show you that. I showed you that already in the shorts. Point being, this didn't match Ms. Minutes, but the rest of them did. As Immortal Thor, Ms. Minutes for TVA covers. And TVA #1, obviously, they also get it. Boom. There you go. Still not for me, but they're out there. David Nakayama. Big fan of David Nakayama. I like the Artist Spotlight covers. I like the ones that they've basically, I like all of them. I believe I ordered all of them. So here are the next two. We've got Zatanna on World's Finest number 34, and we've got Catwoman on Catwoman 71. They're cool. I mean, that's all I got to say. I mean, they're cool covers. That's it. Nothing more to go on. And speaking of cool covers, well, we've got some here too. Starting off with, again, they didn't fit in the other segments, but I just like the covers. Mark Spears, yes, I know. Lots of covers, lots of variants, and lots of things out there. I know, but I like it. I like this Mark Spears action. He had the Green Lantern, the double cover last week. I like this action. I think this might join up with another cover coming too. I think it's a connected cover, but this 1080 I like here. Also, big fan of Dan Panosian, so I liked his cover here of Nightwing 121, as well as the one in 25. I like the one in 25 that Dexter Soy did here. I know it's it's just a close-up of the face, but it reminds me of the old school Scott McDaniel Nightwing run. Just has that kind of look to it. I don't know. I just think it's kind of cool. So it just kind of caught my eye. Again, you can find this for well under ratio if you want to buy it. But I just liked it. That's all. Nothing more than that. Just like I said, I like David Nakayama, so I like his Wonder Woman cover. It's cool. I don't know. I like it. Also, for whatever reason, I like this silhouette with Wonder Woman and Detective Chimp. What an odd couple to put together on a cover, but Bruno Redondo gave us this. I like the silhouette. It's like a kind of noir vibe with them coming through. This could be like a movie poster of, the Dame and the Monkey or something. I don't know. Monkey and O'Brien. Remember that? Or something. I don't know. Something like that. I'm just seeing it. I can see it just being an old, throwback noir film. Speaking of which, Maltese Falcon is on HBO Max. If you haven't checked it out, old school Humphrey Bogart. Excellent, excellent film. That said, this issue of Wonder Woman also has a pretty cool 1 in 25 here. This is by Ji Hung Lee. So doing triple duty work this week with some good covers. Here's another one. Cap this week also had an awesome Torrin Clark cover. This is just classic Captain America. I mean, what more do you want? Only thing, I mean, the trade dress is up there. If this were a Virgin, I would feel it's a little empty with the sky. I just feel like there's something needs to be up in that blue area to kind of frame it a little bit better. Whether it be dark clouds or something. I don't know. Something in that empty space. But since the trade dress is there, it works like this for me. But otherwise, it could be an awesome Virgin if there was something else up there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're seeing like these bullets and flyers, like maybe there's planes circling, whatever's firing at them. That's all. With that said, we also got Ahsoka. So I've kind of, honestly, I've given up on buying. I used to buy every Star Wars comic that Marvel was making. Like whatever it was, I was buying it. But honestly, I had to tap out after a while because I just can't. I don't care. Like I saw the Ahsoka show. I like the Ahsoka show, but I don't need these in comic book form personally. So I didn't get them all. I think I got issue 1 just out of habit. And I was like, well, it's Ahsoka. And then since then, I was like, why am I buying these? I already know what happens. I don't need these personally. Just me. it's again, I had to decide. Like, there's so many things I'd like to read. I gotta allocate my money better because I do not have an unlimited budget for comics. I don't know about you, but I do not. So I do spend a hell of a lot of money each month on comics, but even so, I still got to draw the line somewhere and decide where to put that money to best serve my enjoyment and not spend so much money on just got to do it, because that's when I just start building up a collection of things I don't even want because I'm just doing it out of habit. So that's why I kind of let Ahsoka slip by. I'm not even picking up some of the High Republic stuff that Dark Horse has been doing lately either. But hey, doesn't mean I don't like Star Wars. I just can't keep up with everything. But I do like this AKA cover with Sabine on it. This is pretty cool. If I were getting it, I would get this one. Or I get the 1 in 10 because I did like these dudes. We almost had like a gladiator Roman kind of vibe to them with their masks and the helmet with the face. Like, it was kind of a cool trooper look. I don't know. But Brian Mattias, I don't know if I'm saying it right at all. 1 in 10 on number 6. It was pretty cool. These zombie stormtroopers or whatever we're gonna end up calling them. And then finally, Vicarious. I only read issue 1, which I liked. I still got to read issue 2 before I get to issue 3, so that's why this didn't fit anywhere else. But Dan Panosian, I'm picking this up. I'm just gonna get the trade dress, which is fine. But there is a 1 in 10, which is a virgin, which is also awesome. I dig this too. So just covers that I like. But I did kind of like the first issue. I just haven't got a chance to read issue 2 before getting to this one. If you like kind of a being John Malkovich mixed with new technology kind of thing, that's kind of what I got out of the first issue. So I'm gonna check it out. I just gotta play catch up when I got time. With that said, let's keep it moving because, again, my voice is kind of in and out on me here. But later printings. So with later printings, we do have some facsimiles to cover. We've got Crisis. Crisis is only up to issue 9, so they're not done yet. But Crisis on Infinite Earths number 9. You got a regular facsimile, you got a sketch cover facsimile, and a shiny foil if you want that one. Now, Marvel, however, has decided to finish up their Secret Wars reissue series. So here we go with the final issue, issue 12 of their facsimiles. Ran through through the year of 2024. One a month. They kept on schedule. Cool. It's done. Regular one. There's a foil one if you want a shiny foil one. And even better if you want new art and you want to spend extra on a 1 in 25. That is a pretty cool cover on Doom. Like, that is a pretty cool Doom cover. I will admit it. I just don't like the idea of a different cover on a facsimile. That's just a personal thing with, logic. Can't call it a facsimile anymore if you put new art on it. Then now it's just a reprint. With that said, early pre-sales on this 1 in 25, $30, $30. Asking prices around $30, as high as 50 up to 90. We'll see. That's how this year has played out with some of these facsimile 1 in 25. Some kind of go for a little bit more, some don't. A lot of times it's only a couple sales anyway, so it's like the market isn't as broad. There's not a ton of people collecting these, but those that do will pay a little extra for it. So, be on the lookout for it if you're into it. Amazing Spider-Man is also wrapping up, hopefully, their black suit, 1 a month, because I don't know why they decided to do every issue of this run like that, but they did. And here we go, 263. New webhead in town. There is a 1 in 25 option here as well, which, again, it's a cool update to the original cover. That's fun, but it's now just, to me, it's a reprint, not a facsimile. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Early sales on it, though, 30, 50, 60 bucks. There's one listed for 90. Once again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Skybound has a lot for us this week. So, granted, most of it's one title. We'll get to that. But we did get, with G.I. Joe 2 coming out this week, makes sense that G.I. Joe 1, the second print, is there for those who missed it. I don't know how you could have missed it. A lot of copies, a lot of covers. But in case you did, here are 3 more for you. You got a Joe cover, you got a Cobra cover, and you got a Everybody cover. Don't know why we need 3 covers on a second print, but there you go. There are 3 options for it. Fine. Again, I've come to terms with the, hey, Autobots, Decepticons, Joe, Cobra, 2 copies. All right, but seriously, what's with the third one? Why are we triple dipping on second prints? Whatever. Speaking of which, Transformers. Who the hell hasn't gotten a copy of Transformers yet that wanted one? Why do we need a 10th printing? Is it seriously? Is there somebody out there who's like, you know what? After 9 printings, we're up to issue 15. I want to give this a shot now, but I can't seem to find a copy of that number 1 out of any of those 9 printings and all the multitude of covers. I really wish they would release a 10th printing. Not only that, they'd give me 10 options on those 10 covers for those 10th printing, just like they did with Void Rivals. Said no one ever. Unless you don't like money. Because that's all this is. This is a lot of people going to be spending a lot of money for completionists who have to buy every cover. Here you go. You got your foil Optimus. You got your foil Starscream. You got a couple other options here. Cover after cover, 5, 10, just $50 they're running you here for, because they're all $5 a piece. There's some more. We got an Akiyama. We got a design cover. Hey, we're not done yet. We've got a Bumblebee there. And we got a connecting cover. So another 10 cover options for who? All right. Enough of that. I'm just saying, it is what it is, right? We all know what it is. It is what it is. So with that said, not going to belabor the point. I don't need to pick up any of those. I got my copies along the way. I'm fine. But if you want them, please pick the one that you like. Don't feel pressured to have to buy them all, because when you do that, you continue this cycle. They wouldn't print 10 copies if there weren't people who are buying all 10 copies. You understand? They're not doing it for their own benefit. They're doing it because it's making them money, which again is fine, but I just don't see the need. Don't see the need. Because if you had bought all of these, not only are you getting 10 copies of the same book, now, if you bought all the other printings, think of how many copies you now own of Transformers 1 with different covers. You do the math and get back to me in like 30, 45 minutes once you're done counting them all up. I'll be here. But with that said, Lilith, number 1, because we're getting Lilith 2. We'll get to that later, but Lilith number 1's getting a second printing here with a regular cover and a black bag adult version. So if you want that, it's there for you. We're also getting a Power Range Prime number 1 because they're restarting Power Rangers and stuff. Again, it's not really my wheelhouse, so sitting that one out too. But with that said, we do have oversized books to get to. These are some oversized things, magazine-sized, etc. Sorry, need to get a little water to kind of wrap this thing up and get to the end, because I'm telling you, I'm struggling at this point. All right, first one, Freddy the Fix out of Image, $8, oversized book, Garth Ennis, Mike Perkins. Kind of curious. It's a bloody love letter to New York City, the city beneath her feet, action thriller, love story, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Kind of curious. See where this thing goes. For fans of Strangers in Paradise, Kill Bill, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's a weird mix. Got me curious. There is a cover A, and there is a 1 in 10. That's all you got. Those are your options. So, cool. Keeps it easy. Penthouse Comics. So, here we go. Penthouse Comics still rolling on. We're at issue 6. Pretty awesome. Jeff DeCall covered there on the cover A. $10. Lots of options. Here you go. Couple other more for you. Then we got some other ones with some naughty bits covered up here and there, and we got photo covers, etc. We also have a 1 in 10 available as well with the naughty bits covered up. So pick the one that you like if you still want to go and pick those up. There's some cool covers in there, but honestly, I haven't read them, so I don't know what the interiors are like. But I did pick up some of the covers because I liked them along the way, I will admit. But with that said, moving on to Conan. Savage Sword of Conan, magazine sized here. Continues its triumphant return, etc. So if you're liking Conan, you're going to be picking these up. If you like the original magazine style and you got bigger art, etc., it's kind of cool if you're into that thing. But Conan here, $7, 64 pages, couple other options, including a black and white of that cover A. It's more Virgin style, and there is a B cover option as well. And then we have Distillery. As you know, that's our fan favorite of the oversized stuff. square bound, 48 pages, $9, or perfect bound. That's what they're calling it. But Spectrograph. Okay. The end is nigh for James Tinian and Christian Ward's debut series. So they're getting near the end. Cool. For fans of Haunting of Hill House, Hereditary, and The Conjuring. So a lot of horror options there. Definitely a horror vibe here on this prestige format book. Multiple covers. A's, B's, C's. Incentives with 1 in 10s, 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s. Up to you what you want to grab. Now, this week, we also have something to talk about in the collected edition. No trade paperbacks per se, but we do have Something is Killing the Children, the deluxe edition. This is basically issue 0 and issue 1 stuck together in a new oversized edition for 64 pages for $10. Because, once again, who hasn't gotten Something is Killing the Children 1 yet? We got another copy for you. And if you missed out on issue 0 last month or a few weeks ago, here's your chance. $10. Cover A. Looks familiar, doesn't it? There's also a cover B and a sketch cover. Oh, you have to give me 1 second here. I don't want to cough all on you, but I also don't want to have to edit this out. So, with that said, 3 options for you. And if you don't like them as they are, guess what? I'll do a little magic and we'll make them all shiny foil. Yes, even a shiny foil blank sketch cover. I don't know exactly what that means. It'll just be shiny white. I don't know. But they're foil versions of all these. There you go. And we got a 1 per store. Unlockable right here. It's just not foil. It's going to be a virgin version of that B cover in cardstock form. And you know how these things go. We had 1 pre-sale a while back for a whopping $70. But none listed. Now, to be honest, I don't know what stores had to do to qualify for this, to get this to unlock, but I would not be surprised if a lot of places didn't, because this is a $10 book. Reprinting of books that they've probably sold a bunch of times already. They probably don't have a lot of customers banging on the door asking for more and more printings of these at this point. So, maybe it's tough. I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, only saw 1 sold, and there's none listed. So check it again on Wednesday to see what happens. And not only that, there's a 1 in 20 incentive on this thing, which will also probably be tough. But I did see a little bit more action on this one. Here we had a couple of pre-sales, $40, $57. Some asking prices, $40, $57. 9/8 pre-sale for $140. I don't know. We'll see where that lands, but that's what's out there. And again, we'll check up on this later in the week to see what happens. With that said, final segment of the week, cheesecake covers. Everyone's favorite, right? Or at least some of our favorites. We have Catwoman this week. So Catwoman still running through with a new creative team. Only a couple issues in. This is issue 71, House of the Devil. Pretty cool. Her chilling in a tub of ice. All banged up. Frank Cho. Can't go wrong with a Frank Cho. And Lee Bermejo delivering with a cover that I really dig with a couple of cats on it. Cool. Then we'll take the Cho and we'll take the limited trade dress that was on there off and make it the 1 in 50. And then there's a 1 in 25 with a really stretched out Selena Kyle. I don't know. Jeff DeCall started something with that. Let's do the really long, elongated look. Really harsh, angle. Whatever. Pick those up if you're interested. Jenny Sparks, still rolling out at a Black Label. Book 5. Her with Soups and Bats standing behind her. And then we do have this pretty cool B cover here, which is what had me put in this section as it is. I dig the background with the wall and all of the, the posters. And you got God Save the Queen with the bat symbol covering her mouth and a lot of fun stuff there. So pretty cool cover there. Jenny Sparks. Yeah, number 5. All right. We have this Candy Vigilante character out of Dynamite with multiple covers there for you. This is a royal cover. So pretty cool, close to J. Scott Campbell look on the cover A. We've got B's and C's and D's and E's and F's. Yeah, I mean, this is what it is. It's definitely for that sweet tooth in you. This is the cheesecake cover all over the place. Just like Zenescope giving us Robin Hood and Red Agent teaming up, because why not? There's our cover A. We've got some other options here. Again, Royal there in the middle. And then we got some B's and C covers options too. And then we do have the 1 in 20. We'll make it a little bit naughtier. And there you go. Pick it up if you can find it and if you want it. And also frequenting this section and this segment, hard case. So we got another issue of Minky Woodcock's The Girl Called Cthulhu. All right, the red dress thing and the tentacle hentai thing going on again. But that's our cover A. We do have photo covers here. And we do have expertly covered things here with shadow in these paintings. That one does look like a photo cover, but it's not. And it does look like there's naughty bits available to be viewed, but they're not. They're covered in shadow. So everything there is all right for viewing, except if you do want that tentacle removed, we can. And that's another option for you there if you decide to buy a black bag version of this book. So it's out there if you want it. Also, I mentioned before, Lilith #2 coming out with the second issue out of Vault. We have a cover A here, a couple of black bag options here. I do not know what the covers look like, but they are not suitable for all viewers, and I wouldn't show them if I could. But I would show them with black bars if I had them, but I don't. So I don't know right now what they look like. But I do know we have incentives with a 1 in 5, a 1 in 10, and a 1 in 20. The 1 in 5 and the 1 in 20 are the same coverage as a trade dress and a virgin. And yeah, good luck finding these. And there were a couple of pre-sales on that 1 in 20, getting $23 and up to $50, and none listed. So could be collectible, could be hard to find. I can't imagine there being a lot of them out there. But again, remember, your market is going to be a little bit smaller. It is a bit of a niche collection, when you go for these types of covers. But hey, plenty of us out there who enjoy them. It's just a matter of who wants to pay that extra. So with that said, that's all I got. Thankfully, I was able to get this done before I lost my voice completely. I appreciate everybody stopping to check this out and for all the support. Sorry once again that this is a day late, but the boys had to push their the qualified show from Friday to Monday due to some technical difficulties with Joe losing power on Friday. So it made it actually easier on me to try to not rush to get this done yesterday because, again, I wasn't feeling great yesterday. I'm getting back on my feet, though, today. It's just my voice is a little in and out and a little scratchy. So with that all said, I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you one more time and tell you I'll see you all later with some more content. All right.